Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Before I start this interview, let me introduce myself. My name is Alifia Gustiarani Putri, and I'm from Class 4B of English Department. And now I will interview someone. And before I start this interview, please introduce yourself first.
Okay, my name is Yuli Purnamasari. I'm from class 4B English Department.
Okay, Miss Yuli, before I start this interview, I will share the screen.
Okay, Miss.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see clearly.
So in the first here, there's a part 2, and in here you have to describe a time when it was important to tell your friends the truth. So here is some question that you should answer and you should describe. Can you see the questions?
Yes, I
Okay.
can.
Are you ready for answer this question?
Sure, I'm ready.
Okay, I will stop the screen first. Okay, Miss Yuli, you can start describe and answer the questions. And Miss Yuli, time is yours.
Okay. Uh, so in my first year in college, I have friend named Amigos. I often tell liar, and one of them is when I have planned to hang out with my friend and they asked me, "Where do you know?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm on my way." But actually, the truth is, I still at home and get dressed. And my friend waited longer because of it. So when I arrived, they got mad on me, and I'm apologized about that. So I told my friends the truth that I distracting because there are many things I haven't done, and it makes me late. And their response is much better than before when I told about liar. I feel sorry to them and they forgive me I think why do we have to tell the truth rather than lie? It's because whatever lie is wrong. We will continue to feel guilty about the person who has been lied to and hurt them. And honest attitude will grow the trust between one person and the other because there is no one person to be lied to, including ourselves. That's all.
Okay, Miss Yuli, thank you. And I really agree with all of the thing that you have said. And for the next part, I have some questions that you have to answer, but you have to answer it directly. And Miss Yuli, are you ready to answer the question?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, the first question is, do you think tell the truth at all times?
uh, can you repeat the question, please?
Okay. The first question is, do you think tell the truth at all times?
Yeah. The answer is yes. We have to tell the truth, even telling the truth is never easy. But truth has incredible power in itself and is a necessary component for a fulfilling life. It is not only beneficial for the person who is telling the truth, but also for the person who is told the truth. Being true with who you are allows you to maintain a high level of integrity and bring you peace of mind. You know that you are living a life that is in line with your deeper values. Your life is guided by your values, and thus your decisions are based on truth. That's all.
Okay. So the next question is, how do you know when others are telling lies?
I know when others lie to me for body language. For signs that I know is when people tell lies, people might be can stare at the person he talked to. Uh, the second is look nervous, and next is they speak not clear, and repeating question before answering them, and the last one is you can see it from the eyes whether what people saying is the truth or lie. That's all.
Oh, what a good answer. So let's move on to the next question. The third question is, do you think there are times when it's suitable to tell a smaller lie or white lie?
Okay. uh, Many people say there is one kind of lie that everyone can do, which is lying for good or white lies. What lies are there are times that suitable to white lies. What lies often used to prevent others from becoming angry because of a bitter or painful reality. There are also people who white lie because they don't want to see other people being destructive if they know the truth behind the lie. This justification is often used as a basis for someone to lie for good. That's all.
Okay, so the fourth question is, in what kind of situation should people not tell the truth?
I think we have to white lies when the person feels insecure about her appearance and asks about it. So we have to suggest them that everyone is beautiful or handsome in their own way, rather than lying for good. That's all.
Oh, I really agree with your answer. So the last question is, are there any situation where it isn't polite to tell the truth?
I think for example, when your partners or your friend, family, or anyone cooking and doesn't taste good, try saying that it tastes unique or anything instead of lying for good or tell them the truth. Just hope that the words will make him more open and will cook in different amounts to improve the taste in the future. That's all.
Okay, what a good answer. Uh, that's all the questions for you, and thank you for your time to answer my questions. And thank you.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
My name is my name is Yuli Purnamasari as the examiner today. I'm from class 4B English department. So before we start the interview, could you mind to introducing yourself first, please?
Okay, so my name is Alifia Gustiarani Putri, and I'm from class 4B of English department.
Okay, Miss Olivia. Before we start our interview, I will start sharing first. Okay, Miss. Here is the question for your IELTS test today. There are two parts. There is part two and part three. Uh, you can see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, please read it before you before you answer the question.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, I will stop the screen sharing right now. Okay, Miss Alifia, are you ready to start the interview?
Yes, I'm always ready.
Okay. First, please describe a city you have been to and want to visit again.
Okay. So, the city that I want to visit again is Bandung. Actually, I go to Bandung because Bandung is my hometown. My father and my mother, they are both from Bandung. So every year we always go to Bandung, especially when holiday time, like New Year or Eid Mubarak, or we just go to Bandung to visit our family there. Me and my family really love to spend our time to visit our family in there. We are so love to eat traditional food from Bandung, or we go to famous place or tourist sites in Bandung. And then me and my family always stay there for like a week or some days, depends of the purpose we go to Bandung. And so I can say that I often go to Bandung, but I never get tired of Bandung because I really, really love Bandung. I love the place, the food, the culture, the people, the vibes, the weather. Uh, I really love all about Bandung, so I want to go Bandung again and again.
Okay.
I think that's all. Yes, for me.
Okay. So what are the benefits of living in the cities?
Can you please repeat the question?
Okay. What are the benefits of living in the cities?
Oh, in my opinion, one of the benefits of living in the cities is the facilities is more complete than when we are living in countryside because like the examples like hospital, school, and more there are more complete in cities than in countryside. And also we can easily get anything in cities because it's all in the cities.
That's all.
Yes.
Okay. So what are the problems that you find in the cities?
Um, the problem, I think the only problem that I find in cities is in cities there are too many vehicles because that was the cause of traffic jams, especially in big cities. There are so many people that have their own car, their own motorcycles. So every day is really there are so many vehicles in the road that can cause traffic jams, and I think that was one of the biggest problem that I find in cities. I think that's all.
Okay. Okay. Next question. Is it good for elderly people to live in large cities?
Hmm. I guess there was a good side and a bad side for elderly people to live in large cities. But the good side is they can get easily they can easily get all of the things that they need. For example, it's easier to go and find hospital in cities than in countryside. So it was one of the good side in my opinion.
Okay. Uh, is it possible that most of the population will move to cities?
Um, I guess it's a possible because mostly people can easily get a job in cities than in countrysides, and also I think live in cities in more easier than in countryside. So yeah, it is possible.
Okay. Move to the next question. Uh, what are the main change in modern cities in the 10-year period?
I think one of the main change that happened in modern cities is the use and the growth of technology today. We can see that now technology have an important role in our life, in city life. So many things that was used a help of technology. I can't even say that we can't live without technology today. Yep.
Okay. Will the size of the cities increase in the future?
If the number of people keep increase every day and every time, I think that is very, very possible that the size of the cities will increase in the future because people will always search for a place for their life.
Do you think people will live in an extreme environment in the future?
Oh, maybe that will happen if people don't change their bad habits, so that can bring a bad impact to the cities, and it is really possible that in the future people that will live in an extreme environment. Yes, I think.
Okay. Do you think people do you think that people in the countryside are more friendly than people in the cities?
I will say yes based on my experience. I don't know why, but people in the countryside is I mean, people in cities are more individual than people in countryside. Because people in cities is like don't caring about people around them and just mind their own business. So it is different from countryside people that are more friendly based on my experience. So yeah, that's all.
Okay. Do you think cities work? Wait. Do you think cities worth visiting are also suitable to live in?
Yes, back to my answer before, because I feel that it's more easier to live in cities because one of the biggest reason is I think in cities is uh, the facilities is more complete than in countryside. So it is more worth to live in cities than in countryside.
Okay, that's all.
Yes, that's all.
Uh, the next question. What is the difference between the people living in the city and people living in the countryside?
Oh, one of the difference that I really feel is most of people living in countryside is like the question before. The people that live in countryside is more friendly than people in the city. But it just mostly not all of them that are not friendly, but it's just mostly of them. So it was in my opinion.
Okay, the last question. What is the difference between big cities and small cities?
Hmm, big cities have um uh have more complete facilities and also have more people that live in there, while in small cities the facilities is not as complete as in big cities, and also the people that live in there is not as big and as in big cities. But uh, these two is the same. I mean, it was a city, so there is no big difference, I think, between the big cities and small cities. Yep, I think that's all for me.
Okay, so uh, that's all the question. Thank you, Miss Alifia, for joining the interview test. IELTS test. I hope you got big score for your interview, and thank you very much.